What's up, Tailgaters? You're in the booth with Tailgate Nate. Today, we're going over another Week 0 preview and prediction, and today, we're going to be going over the San Jose State Spartans and the USC Trojans. This is another, in my opinion, fairly anticipated game, especially for one side in the USC Trojans, and they're going up against a team that can give them a challenge there in the San Jose State Spartans. Before we start the video, thank you guys so much for the support on the channel this summer. Let's continue that support into the college football season. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to hear all my thoughts during the season, but there are more ways to help me support my channel. Hey, you're doing one right now by watching the video. You can do more by liking, commenting, sharing, and anything else that you guys may be willing and able to do to help me support my channel. If this is your first video of mine watching, welcome. Again, please, we encourage you to stick around here. I talk about college football all season long. This is my second preview prediction video. I've already uploaded one on Notre Dame and Navy, so you can go check that out. But let's talk now about San Jose State and USC. Of course, one of these teams is a college football playoff hopeful, while the other, out of the Mountain West Conference, should still be pretty solid, looking to pull off an early upset in Week 0. All right, this game is set to take place at the Coliseum in Los Angeles, California. Let's go ahead and talk about it. We are going to look at some stats first, so here we go. Again, all these statistics are from 2022, so take them as you will. We are going to start off with the San Jose State Spartans. We are going to talk about them first. And honestly, well, this offense was not spectacular last season. Now, there are a lot of good defenses in the Mountain West Conference, but in terms of yards per game, they were not spectacular. They kind of struggled to run the ball, didn't even get 100 yards per game, but there is a lot of talent in the running back room coming back. Kerry Robinson is a graduate player. He comes back. You do get a transfer in Quali Conley that could give some nice pieces there as well. But this team relies on the passing attack. One of the best quarterbacks that the Mountain West has to offer is Siobhan Cordero, and he can hit some deep balls. He's got a very experienced group of wide receivers to work with. Charles Ross, Justin Lockhart, Nick Nash, Malachi Miller, among many other players as well. Isaac Jernigan is another name that I should have mentioned there as well. But this is a loaded wide receiver room in terms of the talent that San Jose State is able to coop up. Siobhan Cordero, very good quarterback. Third down conversion percentage, you'd like to see that improve. They didn't turn the ball over last year, but this offensive line is one key factor in this game. USC did add a lot of pieces on defense, and we're going to talk about the defense for USC here in just a little bit, but this is a San Jose State offense that allowed way too many sacks last year. 3.5 sacks allowed per game, and you are going to be starting some freshmen and sophomores on this offensive line this season to go up against a team like USC that could have a pretty solid pass rush this season. That's definitely going to cause problems. In order for Siobhan Cordero to do his work and to be able to make this USC defense pay, you got to protect him. You got to buy him time. You got to let him beat some of these USC Trojan players in the secondary. You got to let these wide receivers work. So it starts with protecting the quarterback. That just cannot happen here in 2023 for the San Jose State Spartans. Let's move over to the defense now. And again, it was a pretty solid unit. Again, there are a lot of good defenses in the Mountain West. San Jose State was one of them. They did force 20 turnovers, so they had a plus 11 turnover margin on the year last year. Pretty good. They, again, while giving up a lot of sacks, they were able to get back to the quarterback as well. 39 sacks generated last year. That was almost 3.25 per game, and they are led by a ton of really, really good talent. Jordan Cobbs, Noah Luvalu, Jay Kaiva, Sione Tawaya. Apologies if I am mispronouncing these names. I probably am. Even in the secondary, guys like Elijah Wood, Chase Williams, Trey Jenkins, Kenyon Reed. There are so many great players on this defense that are going to be able to give this USC offense a little bit of a fight and are going to be able to put up some stops here against this team. But defensively, overall, I like where the Spartans are at. However, you do have to go up against one of the best offenses the nation has to see. And I don't have to talk about the offense long for USC. You got the reigning Heisman Trophy winner in Caleb Williams. Very good running back room led by Austin Jones. You got Marshawn Lloyd as a transfer coming in here. And an absolutely just unfairly loaded wide receiver room. Brendan Rice, Dorian Singer's a transfer coming over from Arizona. Mario Williams, Michael Jackson is back. Zachariah Branch at freshman supposed to play really key minutes. Taj Washington is back. This is a loaded USC wide receiver room. You got the Heisman Trophy winner. They're going to score points against anyone they play this year, and it definitely could be in the 40 to 50 range every single game. But the story with USC, and people that follow college football quite closely will know that the story with USC, a college football playoff, Pac-12 hopeful, is that defense last year was just not great. They allowed 42% conversion rate on third down. They were able to generate sacks. They did get 40 sacks on the year. That's almost 2.86 per game. Again, USC did play some extra games, but yards, they let up over 400 yards per game. They almost let up 30 points per game. The USC defense just has a lot to work on. Now, albeit they did add a lot of talent, especially on the defensive front. Bear Alexander's over from Georgia, Kyan Bars, Anthony Lucas, Jamil Muhammad, Mason Cobb, Jack Sullivan. And then in the secondary, Christian Roland Wallace. There is a lot of talent transferring in, and they did get a lot of nice depth to this defense, but Lincoln Riley's got to prove it. Alex Grinch has got to prove it. The one thing that the USC defense had going for them last year was turnovers. They forced a ton of turnovers on opponents last year, while the offense did not turn the ball over basically at all. Only 7 turnovers last season compared to 29, which is what the defense for USC forced last year. They have the best turnover margin in the country. We'll see if the bounces of the balls go their way here again in 2023. But if the defense can still force turnovers and improve in points and yards and everything like that, man, this USC team, coupled with that offense, could be very scary. Again, we just got to see that defense improve and get better. So here is what to watch for. We are going to start with the San Jose State Spartans. Again, Cordero is going to challenge the Trojans defense. There is, like I said, a lot of nice talent transferring in, a lot of very nice talent that is going to be sitting in this USC defensive room. But Cordero has the weapons around him to be able to really give it to this USC defense that might not be that might not have a lot of chemistry early, might not work well together early. Again, it's put up or shut up time for Lincoln Riley and Alex Grinch. Siobhan Cordero, this team is going to come out hot. They're going to take their shots. And with this wide receiver group that San Jose State has, they're going to be able to score some points against this USC defense. That is for sure. But the offensive line, I've talked about it already, must protect Cordero. 42 sacks last year is just way too many. In order for Cordero to challenge this Trojans defense and really to be able to give USC a scare in this game, the offensive line has to do its job. They got a lot of great pass rushers from the transfer portal on this defensive line. So the offensive line is going to have to step up in a big way in this game. The defense is also going to have to slow down the passing attack and pressure Caleb Williams. There is a lot of great talent in this secondary for the San Jose State Spartans. Again, I've mentioned some names already. Defensive line should be able to get pressure as well. Will it be enough, though, to slow down this Trojan offense? That is what to watch for. Speaking of the Trojan offense, quite simply, this offense is going to be too much to handle. There's too much talent, even for a defense like San Jose State that can play a really, really good brand and might do enough to, at times, slow down the Trojan attack. It's not going to be able to stop it. USC is going to score points, but the defense has to prove itself. The defense has to prove itself, but in my opinion, will be effective. I think they added too much through the portal to not get better this season, so keep that in mind. And like I said, will turnovers bounce their way again? Going to be an interesting thing to see how turnovers play a part in this game. But USC, the early favorite, again, by a long shot, by 30 points, 64.5 is your over-under. This is going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern game on the Pac-12 network. And there is no question that I think USC is going to win this game. However, I do think San Jose State does cover, and maybe at halftime, this could be a scary situation for USC. However, the Trojan offense will be well too much for the San Jose State defense to handle. USC will walk away with a win in week 0, maybe without their scares, though. They might come out of this game thinking, okay, we got a lot to work on the defensive end, because this is a San Jose State offense that can work. It's a San Jose State offense that can put up, score points, and is going to give this Trojan defense a little bit of a challenge. But the Trojan offense with Caleb Williams, Austin Jones, a loaded wide receiver room will be too much. So there's your prediction for San Jose State USC. Let me know your thoughts about this game in the comment section down below. And as always, remember to play hard but tailgate harder. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.